Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for joining on today. If you do not know who I am, my name is Dr. Tiffany. I am a therapist and I am also a relationship expert. And I particularly work with women who are healing and recovering from traumatic relationships. So if you are in the room, just let me know. I already got some comments from YouTube. Hello, blessings to you too, Yolanda, on YouTube. Go ahead on and let me know who you are and where you're joining me from. I give you guys a few minutes. If you cannot tell, my voice is like I don't know what happened. It's gone. Well, it's back. It's coming back. But Saturday, I woke up and I didn't talk a whole lot. So I woke up late. But then my sister called and she was like, "What's wrong with your voice? Did you just wake up?" I said, "No, I didn't just wake up. I don't know. My voice just all of a sudden just started going out." So I'm gonna be on for about 15 minutes so that I can preserve my voice for tomorrow. I didn't care whether or not I had a voice or not. I was going to make sure that I come on and start back doing my weekly midday lives or my daily midday lives. So this week, we're going to talk about subtle signs that you are in toxic relationships. And toward the end of the week, more so Wednesday, Thursday, we'll start talking about how you can safeguard yourself before you get into a relationship and what you can do if you're already find that you're in a toxic relationship. So make sure that you tell someone. I have my water here just in case, my voice start going out even more. Hey, Casey on IG. Thank you for joining today. But go ahead on and tag somebody in, share, let somebody know that we're talking about toxic relationships. This is something that's near and dear to my heart because, like I said, I work with women who are healing and recovering from traumatic relationships. And usually when I see women, they are in a relationship that is toxic or unhealthy in some kind of way, or they have been in relationships that have been toxic or unhealthy in some kind of way. And so my job is to work with them on, well, how can you move forward? How can you begin and start your healing process? And how can you, if you're just dating, how can you make sure, if you're divorced, how can you make sure that you don't go back into another toxic relationship during your dating phase? And so we do a lot of problem solving. Stay tuned toward the end. We'll talk a little bit more about how you can work with me one-on-one. And then we'll also talk a little bit more about how you can safeguard going into toxic relationships. So let me check my comments. Facebook, go ahead on and hit share. I will try to I don't know if I can share from here because I'm actually on my business page and not my personal page today because I wanted to make sure that I streamed to LinkedIn. So I'm going to see if it will let me share to my personal page. But if you guys share, then that helps me to be able to reach more people. That helps us to be able to help more people, because you guys have no idea, and I'm pretty sure you do, the amount of people that are in bad relationships, like, and not just bad relationships, but bad marriages. So take a minute. It costs you nothing but time to hit that little share button and help spread the word and let people know that we are live. So I'm gonna see if I can share here on my Facebook page. And this also lets people know, like, this is live. This is not a pre-recording. This is me live. This is me live. So let's see here if I can do this and share. Y'all hang on 1 second. Just hang on in there with me for a minute. I want to make sure that I share. There we go. I see 5 comments already, so I'm gonna have to go back and check those 5 comments and see who is joining me. There we go. Hey, Carol. Hey, Dr. Monica. Hello. I see y'all's comments. I had to open up a whole nother tab to see y'all's comments. Y'all hear my voice, but we're going to keep going. Like, that's one thing we're not going to do is stop. We're going to keep going. And for those of you who are watching the replay, still share. Still share. You never know. If you're on YouTube, you can just click share by going down in the description box and share. There's a number of places that you can share. You can even message it to someone. So let's get started. 11 subtle signs that you are in a toxic relationship. Sign number 1, toxic cycles. Toxic cycles. People who are in a toxic relationship usually find that the relationship goes in a cycle. So it starts out where it's really, really good. The person could do no wrong. You guys have probably heard me say this a lot. The person could do no wrong. It's almost like they're Prince Charming or Princess Charming, and you love everything about them. And then all of a sudden, things start gradually getting worse over time. And it almost is like you lose sight of who you are. You start focusing a lot on how can I fix the relationship, and then things will get better for a while. You'll try. They may try some, but usually it's you trying more than them trying. And things may get better for a while, and then all of a sudden you're back at, things were good for a while, but then over time, the momentum started dying. The old behavior started showing up. The old them or the new or the them, because it's really not an old them. It's just a version of them that they tried to portray to keep you there, to keep you hooked in. But the them start showing up, and then things go back to getting worse. So with toxic relationships, you start seeing patterns that there is a toxic cycle in this relationship that starts out really good and then ends up really bad, and it keeps on repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And sign number 2, the relationship is one-sided. I just said that. The relationship is one-sided, with them getting their wants, needs, and desires met, and it usually takes precedent over yours. So if you're in a toxic relationship, what you usually find, hey Crystal, what you usually find is that your needs and what you want usually takes a back seat. And sometimes if you're in a relationship with someone who is toxic, they'll try to make you feel guilty for even asking for your needs to be met. So you'll walk around pretty much on eggshells, not knowing whether or not how this person is going to behave, not knowing whether or not they're going to actually show up. And you literally feel like you start erasing who you are. So the relationship is one-sided. Sign number 3. We probably not going to get through all 11 of these signs today. That's okay. Come back tomorrow. We'll finish them out tomorrow, because I want to make sure that you guys can hear me well as I talk. Sign number 3, there is some jealousy in the relationship, and then you find that person is controlling. So the jealousy may start out with, why you looking at so-and-so, or why you friends with so-and-so, and why are you going here, and why, like all these asking 31 questions about why, and questioning your relationships with other people. There's jealousy there. They don't want you to go hang around this person because this person is, maybe more attracted to them or may have more than them. So the jealousy, and then the controlling, where they're trying to control different aspects of your life, whether it's your friendship, where it could be your finances, it could be, your relationship with other people, but there's some controlling behaviors that are there. And the jealousy, sometimes the problem with us, sometimes we don't see the jealousy because we in the beginning may think it's cute. Oh, they just really want to spend a lot of time with me. Oh, they just really, they really care about me. Oh, so we'll pour sugar over boo boo when it's really they're jealous. And they're controlling, and they're trying to control who you talk to and how much time you spend on social media, or who you like, and your pictures that you like, or why you post this. Like, there's some jealousy, and then there's some controlling behavior, and the whole purpose behind the jealousy is really to control and manipulate, because they know if you're going to give in to them, if you're going to do what it is that makes them feel comfortable, then that's another way for them to be able to control and manipulate you. Sign number 4, it's hard for you to be around this person and be yourself. You almost feel like you cannot be the total version of who you are. So you have to adjust this and tune this down and shine. Like your light has to dim a little bit because of them, a little bit or a lot, because of their insecurities. So you walking on eggshells. You adjusting who you are. You may become a chameleon. I'm gonna do just enough just to fit in, just to make them comfortable. And I'm not gonna go forth and do this, because if I do this, they're not gonna approve of it. So it's hard for you to be yourself around them. Who want to be with somebody that they can't be themselves around? And let's just really be honest. If a person cannot accept you for the full package of who you are, then, do you really want to be with them? Do they really deserve to even have you? Let's really be honest about this. So it's hard for you to be yourself around them. You have to dim your light. You have to shine back. I was in a I think it was a group. I was leading a group, and a particular person that was inside of the group started telling me a story about how someone in their family married this individual, and a part of their marriage deal, this was a part of their marriage deal, is that this person had to put their dreams of being, I don't even remember what it was, their dreams of being something on the back burner so that the other person can go forward. That is not healthy. I don't know where we got that from, where you have to put your dreams and stuff on the back burner for another person. No, that's not good. That's not good, because we each have a plan. We each come to the world with something that we have been commissioned to do in our life. All of us have. And so for us to put that on the back burner so that someone else can shine and someone else can fulfill their mission and someone else can fulfill their dreams, that's not healthy. Now, I understand that some of this may go in stages. So you may be married to someone or in a long-term relationship with someone, and you say for a portion of a time, I'm going to finish school for 4 years, and then after that, I'm going to go work, and you finish school for 4 years. That's cool. That's cool. That's agreement. But what's not good is for you to completely erase who you are, or completely erase what it is that you want to do for the comfort of someone else. That's you doing what you have been dreaming to do, and what you have been longing to do is a part of what makes you you. It's what makes you the creator that you are. It's what the creator created you to do. And so for you to put that on the back burner for someone else, and for them to even ask you to do that, is a red flag. It is a red flag, and it is completely unhealthy. I hope you guys can still, let me know if y'all can still hear me. My voice is going out. So we're about to wrap this up. So I have like 5 or 6 more that's on my list that I want to do, but I want to get to this one. And then I'm going to cut off and come back tomorrow. To the number 5, I think we're at number 5. Number 5. abuse is present. And not only is it present, but it becomes the norm. And I'm not talking about just physical abuse, because the physical abuse can be present in toxic relationships. And if you're in a relationship where there's physical abuse, sexual abuse, then, because those are the ones that we typically associate with abuse. Sexual assault, physical abuse, we domestic violence, we kind of associate those already with toxic relationships. But sometimes there are subtle hints that you're in a toxic relationship that is also abusive. So now we're looking at mental abuse. We're looking at emotional abuse. We're looking at verbal abuse. So if someone's telling you over and over that you're lazy or you're fat or you're ugly or no one loves you and no one's gonna want to be with you other than them, that like those are signs that there's some mental and emotional abuse that's present in that relationship. Or you've been in the relationship so long and you've experienced this person, the inconsistencies, you've experienced their jealousy and their controlling and manipulative behavior so long, you've experienced it to where you literally feel stuck. And then you start believing that you're fat and that you're ugly and you're lazy and you don't move forward, and you shutting off from your family and from your friends and from other people who care about you or love you, or that you don't feel like you can move forward and achieve your dreams and stuff. You start like mentally, there's some stuff that's there as a result of being in this relationship. That's mental abuse. That's emotional abuse. And I never will tell anyone. And if you are working with a therapist, and I saw this, I was actually scrolling through. I'm in several groups on Facebook, and one of them is a group for Christian women who are looking for relationship advice. And I was in this group, and one person anonymously posted in there that her spouse was being manipulative and emotionally abusive to her, and that it has been going on for quite a while. And you had people that were in this chat group that were suggesting, well, it was a group that was suggesting maybe you guys need to sit down and read a book together and go see your pastor. And no, let me get me some water. I'm gonna need some water for this one. When did we start telling women or men to stay in relationships that are abusive? Abuse doesn't always have to be something that you can see. Yeah, we can see a black eye. We can see scratches. We can see those things. We probably won't never know that you've been sexually assaulted inside of your marriage. We probably won't even know that. You probably are too embarrassed to even let someone else know that those things are happening. But we cannot, in good faith, especially if you're serving in some kind of leadership capacity and you have the opportunity and, someone feels safe enough to come to you for relationship advice, we cannot, in good company, continue to tell people to stay inside abusive relationships, whether it's verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional strain, manipulative, controlling. We cannot, in good company, keep telling people to stay. They're not obligated to stay. You're not obligated to stay in these relationships just because you are married. You're not. I don't know anywhere where God will allow for a person to just abuse you and say, yeah, just go read some books and go on. No, we always deal with sin. Christ always dealt with sin. And sometimes dealing with the sin is you removing yourself from the situation. And if it comes down to your safety, your mental health, your emotional health, the health of your children, sometimes it's best for you to leave. The research actually shows that children that grow up in a one-parent household where it's healthy are better off than a child that's staying in a two-parent household where the environment is chaotic and toxic. So we can't keep telling people to remain in these toxic relationships. So the next part of that is, so what do you do? Like, because the title says it's 11 subtle signs, which we're not going to get to all 11 today. Well, what do you do about it? I found myself in one or five, or all of these that you've talked about today, Dr. Tiffany. So what do I do about it? What's one thing that I can do right now? One thing you can do right now is have awareness, which, hopefully you've gained that by listening to me during this short period of time. First thing is awareness. Once you know about something, you can do something about it. Whether you choose to or not, knowing actually kind of forces you to make a choice. Like, you have to make a choice. That's number one, awareness. Then the second thing is setting boundaries. There's something about learning how to set boundaries that will prevent you from going inside toxic relationships, or if you're inside a toxic relationship, you can put a stop to that today just by learning how to set boundaries. So if you found yourself in one or other of these, we're not going to be able to get into setting boundaries today. Come on back. For the rest of the week, I'll give you some more clues about how to set boundaries, because setting boundaries is like, it literally it's a span of things that you can do to set boundaries. And the purpose of boundaries, it teaches us where we stop. Like, I know where my limitations are, and then I know where another person can start and where they can stop. I know where their limitations are with me. And it also helps you give definition to your expectations. I've worked with women who have gone into relationships, especially if they've had some wounds from the past. Whether those are childhood wounds or whether those other relationship wounds, they go into the relationship and they don't know that they go into the relationship not expecting anything, but they go into the relationship with low expectations. And sometimes setting boundaries is you learning how to put those expectations of other people in the process inside of your dating life or your relationship life. But actually having those expectations and knowing that you, my friend, are worth it. Like, you are worth setting boundaries. You are worth telling someone no. You are worth walking away and knowing that you're good even if they're not good. And if they're not good, it don't matter. I'm good. That's what boundaries is. Boundaries is you prioritizing yourself over someone else. That's what and the reason why we struggle so much with setting boundaries is because, let's just really be real, we're not used to putting ourselves first. We're not used, and I can only speak for me because I am a Black woman. For Black women, particularly in our culture, traditionally, we have been told, we get messages from society, we get messages from our family that it is not okay. We even get messages from religion that is not okay for you to put yourself first, and it is all false. You simply cannot pour from an empty cup. So in order for you to pour into someone else, or in order for you to pour into your families, into your organizations, or into your career, in order for you to pour into these things, you first have to be poured into. And so that's what boundaries does. Boundaries teaches you how to be able to pour into yourself first before you're able to pour into someone else, or knowing when you should stop pouring into someone else. Because there's a time that you just need to walk away from people. Like, sometimes you just need to walk away. I don't care if it's a friend, a family member, and don't let people get you with that guilt that you're like, you can't set boundaries with your family. Your family, your blood is your blood. There are some family members that you need to walk away from. And text them every now and then, because calling them may be too overwhelming. They may complain. They may ask you for something every time. They may always ask, with their hands out, but they're never giving you anything. Some families, you just need a text. Somebody need to implement that today. Some family members just need a periodic text just to make sure that they're good. And then some you need to completely cut off from. You don't have to go around the child molester that was in your family. You don't have to do that. If they molested you, if they abused you, if they physically, violated you in some kind of way, you don't have to go around them. You don't have to go. Thanksgiving is coming. Well, holidays are coming. You don't have to go to Thanksgiving dinner if they're going to be there. You don't have to do it. You don't have to continue to put yourself in those situations. You go. You're on guard because you're wondering if they're going to do the same thing they did to you, to your children. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to expose yourself to that. That's what boundaries teaches you, is that you don't have to expose yourself to people who are not treating you well. So I hope this is resonating. Thank you for hanging in there with my voice. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better tomorrow. It's actually a little bit better than it was yesterday, but tomorrow hopefully it'll as the days go, it'll come back. It'll come back. So thank you for hanging in there with me with my voice. I'll leave this video up for replay for those who want to go back and watch the replays, because a lot of people do go back and watch the replay. But make sure you share. And if you need some support, know that you're not alone in this. You're not alone in this. There are millions of women out there that are going through very similar situations, and there is a remedy for this. Like, we can get through this. One of the things that we offer is our one-to-one coaching. And in one-to-one coaching, that's what we do. We talk about things. How can you set boundaries? We talk about how do you heal, from toxic relationships. You see the cycles. And a lot of times, if you're experiencing a toxic relationship right now, or you just got out of one, chances are it's not your first one. Chances are you've probably been in another one at some point in time, or an unhealthy one that you let go on too soon, too much, or you kept let going on and you kept going back. So in our coaching program, and I think I have, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description box, you'll see the schedule a free discovery call. We're offering our free discovery calls, which are 30 minutes. That's a free session. It's literally a 30-minute free session that is on us, where we take 15 minutes to hear what it is that you're going through. What are your biggest concerns? What is your life? What is your relationship? We hear your biggest concerns. And then the next 15 minutes, we're straight strategy. It's me giving you feedback. It's me giving you, okay, here's your best next steps. It's straight strategy. And working with a coach, that's what you get. You get strategy. You don't get, therapy. A lot of people want to know the difference between therapy and coaching. Well, in coaching, you get strategy. You get action-oriented things to help resolve whatever it is that is your primary issue. You get strategy. And the beauty of working with a coach is, or at least with me, is that this stuff took me, my goodness, it took me 15, almost 20 years. And some of it I'm still implementing even today. Like, it took me 15 to 20 years to learn how to do these things and implement these things in my own life. So you get my 15 plus years of experience when you meet with me. So you don't have to go through all of the ups and downs and ins and outs and the letdowns and disappointments and heartaches and all this stuff. You don't have to go through all of these things. It's almost like you get a fast track, if that makes sense. You get a fast track to your healing process, to your healing journey. And it is a journey. It's ongoing. It is something that you will be implementing for the remainder of your life, so that you can make sure that you're doing your best self to take care of yourself, how you need to take care of yourself. So I love you guys. Join me back here tomorrow when we talk about the next 6 signs of 11 subtle signs that you are in a toxic relationship and what to do about it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Make sure you click on that link. Join me for a free discovery call. I am taking on clients through next week, and then I'll close it out next week so that I can focus on October, and then October booking will be open. And I usually close them out 1 to 2 weeks before the month is over, so that I'm not over prioritizing or overwhelming myself with clients. So I love you guys. I'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, 12:30, as we continue talking about toxic relationships. Have a good day.